Record. Yay. Okay, we're recording. Okay, so this Zoom is all about getting to blue. So like I did for the going pink Zoom, I'm going to break down different options that you can do to achieve blue. Okay, now every option is different, so you just need to pick the one that is best for you and whatever one that you want to achieve. So getting to blue isn't crazy hard, but it takes work and dedication and definitely takes sponsoring. So if you have a team of 0, you got to get on it. You need at least 2 people qualified to hit blue. And the total wholesales, company sales for hitting blue is not 4,000 like you think in the back office. It's actually 5,333. Okay? So it's going to take a lot of hard work. It's going to take running a lot of parties to get a high PRS, and it's also going to take you sponsoring because this is a rank that you can't do alone. Like pink, you need 1 person, but for blue, you need 2. So you cannot achieve blue status alone. It takes at least 2 people being qualified. Okay. So I'm going to go through the different options like I did for pink. So option 1, if you guys want to take notes on this, I would highly suggest writing them all down and then just circling which one's best for you. And then make sure you punch in your people or circle, find out which one you're going to do, map it out and send it to your sponsor so she knows that you're running for blue or your upline. She knows that you're running for blue and she can help you, okay? So option number 1 is going to be, you're going to put yourself at the top. So you're going to put your name. And then underneath, you're going to put you sell $2,000 in PRS. Okay. You are going to sponsor 4 people. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to get 1 of them running for pink and the other 3 to yellow. Yellow, yellow. So it looks like this. Can you guys see this okay? I know my ring light's on, but it would be completely dark if I didn't have it. So yourself, 2,000, you get 3 yellows, 1, 2, 3, and 1 to pink. Okay, so this is option 1. Is this achievable? Absolutely. If you are new, you might have a harder time finding, the yellows will be okay. The yellows will be fine. You're going to have to run with them to yellow and make sure that they get trained and in their launch party and do everything good. But finding a pink your first month might be difficult. So if you already have somebody who is yellow status on your team, okay, punch their name here if they are dedicated and help them run for that pink bonus, okay? And if you have other people on your team, punch their names in here. So if you have, you know, just put whoever you have on your team here. And if you have nobody here, you're going to put new. Okay, so this is option 1. Okay. Option 2 is you're going to do $1,000 in PRS. You have 4 people on your team, whether you have them or you're going to sponsor them. You're going to get 2 to pink instead of 1 and 2 to yellow, okay? This is option number 2. Okie dokie. Now I want to let you know, most Y sisters who run for blue usually do a good 50 to 70% of getting to blue, the person running for blue. So $1,000 PRS, 2 pinks, 2 yellows, okay? Okay, so option number 3. This is when you start busting out the big dogs. This is when you do 3,000 PRS and you sponsor 1, 2, 3. You sponsor 3 people and you get them to yellow. Option number 3. 3,000 PRS and you sponsor 3 people, 1, 2, 3, can get them to yellow. If you already have people that joined, punch their names in here. If not, put, like I said, put new, because those are the people that you're going to have to sponsor. Okay. And you need to be able to adjust your mapping. So this changes on a daily basis for you. Even for us as elites, this changes on a daily basis. So say, Heather, I'm going to use you an example. Say I'm running for blue and I sponsor 2 new people, but I have Heather here. Well, Heather only wants to get qualified. She's only in it for the discount, okay? She's not in it to run to yellow. So I need to adjust my PRS or set bigger goals that I'm going to work with these 2 girls, right? So I need to be able to, this is adjustable. You need to be able to adjust this. The last option is what I did. Oh, there's 2 more options, but I'm going to tell you what I did. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you one more. Option 4 is 2,800 in PRS, 1 pink, 1 yellow. And then I'll tell you the one that I did. So $2,800 in PRS, 1 pink, 1 yellow. Again, completely adjustable. You just need to fit it to your team. Okay. Now the one that I did, option 5, is I hit blue. Option 5. I hit blue my first month. So I was very new. So I didn't have, yesterday I was talking to the girls on the pink Zoom and I hit pink 17 days into my business. So I did the sales. I just needed one person. I just needed to sponsor one person to get qualified. Well, I hit blue 19 days into my business. So 2 days after I hit pink, I hit blue. And my team was still a baby team. Like I just sponsored my second person the day that I hit blue. So I did the full $4,500 or whatever it was in sales. And I just got 2 people. I had 1 person qualified, and the person that joined me 2 days before, I helped her get a little bit of sales. So she was like halfway to yellow. So she had $500 in sales. So this is how I hit blue. Is I did $4,500 in sales, sponsored 2 people, got 1 person halfway to yellow, and got my second person qualified. So I did the brunt work. I did the majority right here. I did the majority of what I needed to get to blue. Now here's the difference though, is would I be able to do that the following month? Yeah, I could hit blue this month, but I could not run like that my second month after launching my business. There's no way. That is right here, that says actually you tapped your market, right? So what I had to do is I had to switch gears. I had to do sales and sponsor like at the same time. You have to. So what I did was the next month is I helped them both get to yellow, and I kept sponsoring. And I still, the next month after I hit blue, I've never gone under blue. I hit blue my first month and I've always maintained. But what I did was I helped my 1 girl get to yellow, helped her get to yellow, and I sponsored 3 more people, and I still did $1,800 in PRS the following month. That's how I was able to maintain it. So, if you hit blue this month, it's freaking amazing and badass, but be prepared. If you're not also sponsoring, you won't be able to maintain it next month. So this is how I got to blue. So you need to pick the option that is best for you. And just, you have to run so many parties and do a lot of stuff to be able to get a $4,500 PRS, but it's totally achievable. I mean, Kaylee, you've done $4,500 in PRS. I've done $4,500 in PRS a couple times, but it takes a lot of hard work. So
it wears you out.
Like you tap your market, like everything. There's nothing.
But if you're smart and have a lot of PRS, you turn it into sponsoring.
Yes.
And more parties.
Exactly. So Kaylee's going to talk about how you can achieve getting up, above a $2,000 PRS and what you need to do for that.
So the month that I went blue, can you hear me okay? I have to propped up on my computer.
Yeah.
The month that I went blue, I did 2709 PRS. I had 9 people on my team and 5 of them were qualified. Whitney is my sponsor, and she's taught me since day one is building a solid foundation that's going to continue to grow. I was 50% to green that month. I didn't even know what green was. This was my second month in, and I wish I would have known what it was because I would have ran even harder. But I think the biggest thing, the best option that you can choose if you want to continue to do this, is find the option that's going to grow your business. So sponsoring, if high sales are awesome, they're great for, getting your retail sales. They're great for commissions. They're great, for continuing to grow, but you also want to create something that's going to continue to expand. So I like the options that Ashley gives of sponsoring, but there's some months that you're going to have to pull with some weight because some girls aren't working, and that's when you get that really high PRS. So what I do for high PRS, I usually never go under $21,000 to $3,000 a month. I've maintained that since I've started. It's an astronomical number sometimes that I can get, and it's not necessary to have a successful business. If you can at least maintain, I think it's we try and teach $1,000 to $1,500 every month is a really good maintained amount, because that means that you're building, you're keeping steady. You can sponsor from that, you can party from that. But if you want a high PRS, that is even more sponsoring, even more parties that you can do. So what I do is I never assume what someone has to pay. I never assume what they're wanting to pay, and I never just let them say, okay, well, I just want the mascara. Like today, I did a live, and I got up close and personal with my mascara, and I went crazy about it. And today, I've sold 3 Whiplash Duos, and another lady I sold mascara and $125 worth of face products because I asked. And I think that's the biggest thing is a lot of times we don't ask because we're scared on them thinking, oh my gosh, like all she wants is money out of me, or she's, I just want my mascara. That's what we think in our head. Get out of their wallet. Don't assume what they have. Don't assume what they want, because they could have been watching you and they want something else. So what I did to this girl today, she's actually from a party of mine from almost 6 months ago. She's never liked or commented on any of my posts. She didn't buy from the party. That party was a non-qualifying party. And today she messaged me after my video. She goes, hey, I want some mascara. I said, perfect. I said, is there anything else that you'd like that you've been eyeing that, I can add to this invoice? Because I like to invoice and then send it out, because it gets it done faster. You're not waiting. You're not going back, hey, did you buy that mascara yet? Like I just get it done. And I think I try and teach my team that too. And so, I asked her and I said, hey, is there anything else that you've been eyeing that I can help you with that you need for the holidays before I send this invoice? And she's like, yeah, actually, I would like some nice face products. And I saw that you've been using in your lives BB cream, press powder, and concealer. I would like those 3 items. How much are they? And instead of going, oh, well, if you just get this, it's this much. I said, together, it's this amount. And here it is broken up. And she's like, okay, I'll take it. If I wouldn't have asked and I would have just invoiced her for the mascara, I would have lost out on a sale because she wasn't going to ask me. Exactly. So the biggest advice that I can give to you is do not assume what they want. Do not assume what they need. Ask. And you don't have to say, what else do you need? Just say, hey, have you been eyeing anything? And I think that's the importance of going live, frequently, because they're seeing the products in action. Like we talked in last night's call, there's people that are watching you that do not comment. There's people that are watching you that want to do this. They want to join you, but they don't comment. But they're watching. And there's people like her who have been watching my videos and haven't said a dang thing, in anything of mine. And because I offered it, and that's the biggest tip that I can give for all my high sales is I offer it. I ask my parties, if you guys aren't going into your parties by messaging everybody in the party and saying, hey, like I did, it's almost like a Cinderella message kind of. I message the girls in the parties and I say, hey, thanks so much for joining Susie's party. Even if she has no sales yet, I say she's super close to her first goal. Has there been anything that you've been eyeing or have questions about?
Oh, I love that.
And so, just giving them that, oh, she's really close to a goal. Or I'll say, she's really, really close to her first goal. If you're interested, would you mind making a $15 purchase or looking at something that's $15 on her website or link if she's really close to the goal? But otherwise, I just say, hey, she's really close to her first goal. Is there anything that I can help you out with or do you have questions about? Because 1, you're building a relationship. 2, you're boosting algorithms. But 3, you're reaching out. And I've gotten sales from parties that way because they want to help their friend. They don't know who you are, but they want to help their friend And because you got into Messenger, like, the timelines are awesome. The lives are where it's at, but where you're going to build the relationships and the big money and the sponsoring is in Messenger.
I love that you're chasing the sale. You're not waiting for the sale to come.
Absolutely. Because even if you don't get the sale then, it's going to turn around and they're going to come back to you because you're branding yourself. They're going to be like, oh, I had a girl message me and she said, thanks so much for reaching out to me. Like, get personal relationship, people. Like, I know there's not a lot of it nowadays, but when you give that extra mile, you'll get that extra mile and they'll watch your videos and they'll purchase from you. And even if you don't have a, big party or you don't have a lot of sales. Sorry, Sabrina, your comment. I was like reading it and I totally lost focus. If you don't have a big selling party, I promise you that in a month or two, someone from that party will be a big purchaser. But it takes time. Yeah. Or they'll be on your team. It takes time. And so just really get out of your own head on what people are going to buy, how much people are going to buy. If there's no interaction at the party, you keep freaking party your little pants off until that party's done. And you go and mess
you act like that party's $1 million party. You just keep going. And I love what you said. I want to touch on that too, is like we talk a lot about on our team closing the sale. Closing the sale is huge. You have to go after those sales. And like Haley said, there's never a time when somebody says, I want an Epic mascara. There's never a time that I just assume that's the only thing that she wants. And if somebody's close, here's another trick that I do is if somebody's wanting, say, a foundation and a mascara, I'll be like, hey girl, do you know that you're only a lip gloss away from free shipping? Can I grab you a lip gloss? Complete look, right? And I do that. You have to pick whatever one that they're doing. So if they're getting an eyeshadow and a mascara, hey girl, you're only an eyeliner away from free shipping. Can I grab you like a black waterproof liner for you? Yes. So you see how I'm like upselling other products into her order. And they love that. They absolutely love that. And like Kaylee, I do all my invoices. I literally the first 5 days of my business, I learned very quickly, do not rely on other people to go onto your website and order because people are kind of lazy. I do the link and I fall asleep and I forget, and then they come at me the next day and I'm like, oh crap, I wish they would just invoice me.
And then you're sitting there for 5 days going, hey, did you buy the mascara yet? Hey, you buy the mascara yet? Hey, did you get the mascara? Like I just
God.
Don't rely on that.
And so if you guys don't, I highly recommend doing the invoicing, whether it's PayPal, Venmo, whatever you choose. I do
Facebook Messenger is awesome.
I do Messenger. I literally opened up a free checking account and I have my bank card and it's free. It doesn't cost anything. And I linked my card to that. So it doesn't come in my family's account and out of, I don't have 20 orders a day coming in and out of my family's account, right?
Yeah.
So I highly recommend that. And closing the sale is so big. Another great thing that I've done is if somebody tells me that they want something, I write it down. I set a reminder in the chat. So please, like, hey, Ashley, I want that Epic mascara, but I don't get paid till Friday. No problem, girl. I will grab it. I'm gonna put a reminder in our chat and I'll send you an invoice, pay for it on Friday. And you best believe my invoice or my reminder is gonna go off in our chat. She's gonna immediately be notified and see the invoices there. Yep. And I close that sale. I act like I purchased or I grabbed those products for her, even though I haven't, because you don't do that until they pay, okay? But I assume the sale that way. Like, hey, I've grabbed your foundation. It'll be arriving in 5 business days. Here's your invoice. Pay for it tomorrow when you get paid.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Okay.
I do the same thing. I write their names down with the product next to it. I have it on both sides. This is just from today. And I think doing that and reminding yourself, one, you're giving them good customer service because you're running your business like a business. And like Sabrina said here, because she used to be in sales, she's one of my girls. She said, I was in retail for a long time and the bundle is always a slam dunk. Give a price for it all and deduct as you go. And I think offering, like you said, upselling it, or when anybody asks me about a mascara, I'm like, awesome. There's 2 ways you can get it. You can get it by itself for $24, or you can actually get it in a whiplash duo where you get the lash serum and the mascara for only, I always say only, you don't just say for $59. I say for only $59. The lash serum alone is $42. So it's like a slam dunk deal. And almost, I would say 78, 90 or 80% of the time, people will say, okay, I want the whiplash duo.
Mm-hmm.
But I send a picture of the lashes growing with it so they can see the value of the product. And I think that's a big thing too, is giving value in what you're presenting to people is what's helped me with my sales. Use it on yourself. Okay, if you don't have acne, find a clear, non-blurry picture and do a half and half picture and show them what it will do. But I think giving the value, like we talked last night, is huge.
Yes, majorly, because they can buy this from anybody. Why do they need to choose you? Because you give the best customer service, right?
Yep.
You show your real results, your face, right? And you're not in it for their money. You're in it to help them. So if you have that mind of how can I help this person, then it's awesome. But upselling is so big. I honestly don't think I've invoiced anybody before saying, is there anything else I can grab for you? You're this close to free shipping. Let me grab you a waterproof liner so that you get free shipping, girl. I got you, like anything. So I turn a $50 order into a $100 order.
And I think that invoicing gives us an even more advantage because we can offer that. Hey, we have that open end of the conversation. Hey, before I invoice you, is there anything else that you've been eyeing? Or hey, before I invoice you, would you like to add a eyeliner because you're that close to, free shipping? And I just recently started doing this like the past 3 or 4 months, and it's been awesome for me because as soon as I do the invoice, I set a reminder for myself. Okay, they've purchased. I'm going to follow up in 2 days, and I'm going to follow up in a week because you've done it. You know that it's been purchased. And customer service, like I had a lady pay. I had processed her order within 2 minutes of her paying because that gives you a good, good customer service, and that becomes word of mouth.
Totally. Totally. And referrals are great. That's another thing too, is I wanted to talk to you guys about referrals. Is just because somebody tells you no, don't be afraid to ask for a referral. So if Keely's like, if I'm like, hey, do you need any of this? And she's like, no, I don't. I'd be like, do you know anybody that needs this in their life? Oh, I do. Actually, my aunt has bad acne or blah, blah, blah. Same with parties. If somebody tells you no, be like, hey, do you know anybody that wants free products? Mm-hmm. Ask for those referrals because they go a long ways, and they're pretty much handing you their friends list on a platter.
Yeah. And then you say, you can turn around to sponsoring. Hey, Susie and your friend Susie and Katie just purchased from me. Have you ever thought about doing what I do? Because you would absolutely rock at it, and you already have a friend space that's purchasing.
Yep.
Well, bam.
Well, bam. I do the same thing. I do the exact same thing too. Right before I process their order, if it's somebody who's been on the ledge about joining and I'm throwing her a party, I say, hey, before I process this order, are you sure you don't want to grab your kit so that you can get the money instead of me? Because I'd rather you get the money.
Yeah. And be confident, because I remember like my first couple months and like running to Blue, like you and I, we're hustlers. We got girls in here that are hustlers. You're running to Blue, you're a hustler. But we can get in our own ways and we can be scared of offering the opportunity. I have so much fun with it now. Like it comes so easy to me because I'm not scared of it anymore because we're offering someone something so amazing. And that's what you have to have your mindset on, is you're not just going to be like, oh, I don't want to send it to her because she doesn't think I'm crazy. Like you're offering her a life-changing opportunity. You're not just offering her a kit full of makeup. Okay. That's just a perk of what we do. And so when you approach it that way and you're confident in that way, it's going to come off that way. You're manifesting it that way, and people are going to see you differently. And they're going to be like, people are going to come to you and say, hey, I want to join. Mm-hmm. But when you're running to Blue, I think it's sponsoring is huge because you want to maintain it and your sales. So book the crap out of parties.
Yeah, for sure. Huge. So serious multitasking for getting to Blue, ladies. You're going to have to sponsor. Unless you have a team already. If you have a team already, I still highly recommend sponsoring while you're running, because that's the only way you're going to be able to maintain. You might
never
be able to
stop
huge PRS, but you got to maintain.
I think I don't know, like, so I told my girls this story before. I was having a really rough November last year, and I wasn't gonna let it stop me, but I was a Blue status. I got paid as a yellow status, and I'm not proud of it, but it happens. It's, it was my life at the time. But I did not stop partying, and I did not stop sponsoring. I may not have had the sales. I had $600 in sales myself, and then my team had, 600. But I didn't stop sponsoring, and I didn't stop partying. Well, I sponsored someone in December from my building in November. We went green in February. And we've maintained green ever since. And then we went orange. We maintained orange. And now we were 71% to purple. So just sponsoring is so huge. But the parties, like, that's where it's going to come from, is partying your freaking butt off. Because that's where sponsoring and your high sales will come from. Whether you have your party's high sales or not, they're going to keep watching you if you're doing your attraction marketing and you're live.
For sure. Absolutely. Let's see. Kaylee, did you have anything else to add? Did you girls have questions?
I'd like to have them ask questions because I know when I was going blue, I had a lot of questions about like
Me too.
sponsoring. Like when I was going blue, I didn't even know what blue was. Like I was just like,
No.
okay, what do I need to do? I was just selling stuff and I was just running.
Me too. I hit pink and I was like, yeah, I did it. And they're like, well, you're this close to blue. Are you going to do it? I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what do I need to do? They're like, just keep selling. And then I hit blue.
Yep. Yeah. And I think we need to do what we did last night too. I want you guys to manifest like what you're going to do. $300. Okay. That's a lot of money. And not only are you going to make $300, you're also going to make 8% on anybody that is in their fast start. So if you sponsor, like I always try to at least sponsor 1 to 2 people before the 5th of the month. It sounds crazy. That's how I am. But when you start sponsoring people at the beginning of the month, like Whitney has always taught me, you front load your front of the month like you're working the end of your month. Because when you front load the front of your month, you're not going to be freaking out crazy, at the end of the month, which it can happen. You can go, I think when we went orange, we had $6,000 on our last day when we did it. But when you front load your month, you can double promote really easily when you hustle like you do at the end of the month.
For sure. Oh, like we do, I don't even know if these ladies do it, but I know like for us elite leaders, we always try to get 500 in by the 5th, 1,000 by the 10th, 1,500 by the 15th, and then we flip to sponsoring. So you guys are gonna have to do that at the same time. But as elites, that's what we're taught: 500 by the 5th, 1,000 by the 10th, 1,500. And if you do that, you're guaranteed to have a high PRS month.
Correct.
Like that. But you have to sponsor at the same time.
Yep. And I think, and that's the biggest thing is continuing to build your depth and your width. So sponsoring wide and then building deep, because when you do that, you'll maintain blue. But when you start getting that depth, you start reaching in and digging in the trenches, what we call it, and you start building your team, green happens really quick because you have that depth and you have that width. And that's why it's important to ask your freaking grandma, your mom, I don't care. Don't not offer them the opportunity and it will happen. But then you have that extra 8% on all of those new girls that you're sponsoring. And then they have these opportunities for bonuses. So imagine you as a blue status, you sponsor someone new and they go pink. Sabrina, who's on here, I sponsored her in like 22 days. She went pink. So it can happen. So I think like sponsoring is just like sponsor, party.
Absolutely.
Does anybody have questions? Looking at the chat.
Did you guys want to talk about what you guys are going to spend your bonus on?
I think we did it last night, one by one. You guys take off your mute and talk about what you're going to spend your bonus on.
We got to call them out?
I have a quick question. Hey! So as we're, sponsoring, building our teams, I just have like a logistics question, I guess. You know how it's saying like you have 1 girl, you have 2 girls, you have 3. Do each of those need to qualify, or is it just a total PRS amongst everybody? Does that make sense? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to have at least 2 people qualified. Just 2.
Okay. And that's for,
and you'll see it check off there's a delay. You'll see it check off on your box underneath. If you go to your back office, it'll say PRS, company sales, all that, and you'll see it check off. It says 2 people.
Okay. And is that by month or the same 3-month rolling average?
Every month.
Okay.
You have to have at least 2 people qualify every month.
Cool. And then I'll answer the question on the bonus. I'm actually house shopping right now. So these couple of extra $100 is going to go towards that. So I'm excited.
Yay! Heather says she's spending her bonus on her trip to California for Empower You.
So
yeah, Kaylee, we need to figure out that too. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, girl.
Oh, I was on mute. That's why no one can hear me.
So I I hit blue status last month, and I'm just really trying to like sponsor, and because in November I focused on sales, and I think I did like $3,500 in sales, and I had like two people who I had four people who qualified, but two of them were actually like running, and I'm trying to like get back into sponsoring and go from there, because I mean I just started in August, so I'm trying to like make friends, and it's kind of hard. I just want to know like how you guys were able to friend so many people on Facebook so much, and like keep track and like talk to them all the time.
You got to print out your 2-week relationship builder paper, and you got to write their names down so that way you can check back with them. And honestly, how I make friends is all by parties, because I friend request every person that's added into a party. That's how I make friends, so it's not creepy, and I'm not just finding them on Facebook. They know I'm the host of this party.
Thank you.
Hobby groups work too, like interest groups.
Oh yeah, that's such a good idea. You said that, and I completely forgot about that. That's such a great idea.
Yeah, hobby groups. So like I'm in a bunch of wives clubs, I'm in makeup club groups, and not just like randomly adding the people, posting it, and like be interested in it so people can see your face and then go through and add them. And that's how Whitney built her business, was through mom groups.
Okay. Thank you.
Which that's funny that you said that, because before I joined Younique, I actually ran a Mommy and Me group. And that's the first 5 people that joined my team were from that group.
Damn. All right, who's next?
I think Jen said she's spending her bonus on going towards my trip to Paris Island. Yay!
Ooh, that's exciting.
That's really exciting. Okay, anybody else? What are you guys spending your bonus on? Rosemary's hit blue already. Who else is on? You can't see. There's like a couple other people on, but I can't see. I'm just seeing lights.
Here.
Okay, so that's freaking awesome. So you guys really manifest your greatness and push towards your goals and really have a plan. Please, I see this all the time. I'm sure you do, Kaylee, is like the 18th of the month, they all of a sudden go, okay, now I'm going to run. And they literally miss it by a hair because they waited till the 18th, the 20th, the 25th to start.
So this is the I think I'm on mute. Oh, no, I'm not. So this is the analogy that I always give my team and my runners is imagine you're on a treadmill and imagine you're running on that treadmill and then imagine jumping off that treadmill, but the treadmill is still going and then trying to jump back on it. So you have the momentum from last month. You either hit blue or you've hit pink. And if you say, oh, I'm so tired, just lay here and take a break for a week or 2 weeks, and then you come on the 18th trying to freaking hustle and make up for those 2 weeks, you ain't gonna be able to get back on that treadmill like you would have been. Just keep jogging. Your heart rate's down. You are not ready to run. So I think that's the biggest thing is just hustle every single day. Do your daily task list. Just do, party and sponsor message. Like this was mine yesterday. Okay. We always say send 5. This was my sponsoring messaging that I did yesterday. Go above and beyond. Don't just limit yourself because incentive trip starts January. So imagine having a team behind you and you are a solid blue status. Carla on my team, she joined me in January and she earned the trip as a blue status presenter. So you guys can go to Cancun. You have just got to hustle your little booties off and it starts now.
It really does. It does. Absolutely. And you guys should all know that your storefront needs to be clean. You need to your IPAs already. If you're running for blue, you should know you need to keep your storefront nice and be doing lives, doing parties, your income producing activities. Also too, I totally forgot to say this. If you are not on track for this today, this is going to be a reality check today. To be on track to hit blue, your team has to be at 516. If you are not at 516, $516 today on the 4th, you are not on track for blue. So that should be a reality check if you're not, and start running as fast as you can. Because I know for me, seeing this makes me hustle. When I see, okay, today I'm supposed to be at 5,000. Okay, I need to just come up with an extra $600 in sales, and I'll run so hard, and I'll come up with that extra. You know what I mean? So you pull from everywhere. So 516 today.
But don't let that number stop you from
Yeah.
thinking that you can do it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Use it as a motivation. I don't, like my girls, we don't use trackers like I sent you. We use slashers, so we slash our amount. But you should always keep in the back of your mind where you should be at, so you're not like super behind. But say, oh God, like okay, 5:16. Then check again on the 10th and say, oh my God, we need to hit up. But don't let it stop you or limit you from continuing to work and build. But all I can say is party your booty off this month, because you start now and you run now and you hit blue now and you're sponsoring, you have that depth to go on that incentive trip and be a solid blue for that qualification period.
For sure. Oh, just for party ideas, you guys, I got a memory notification today. I ran 65 8 days of Christmas parties last year, this month. I called it the 8 days of Christmas.
No, Sabrina, you can't.
So that's what I called it. So if you guys, I didn't call them parties, I called them the 8 days of Christmas, and they added their friends, and I made up bundles and I made it all pretty. You can look.
Could you, in our blue chat, could you link one of those groups in our blue chat, so then maybe we can all run together and we can book those together and see just kind of like what you did?
Yeah.
And maybe we can like as a group make a bundle or something. I think that's a fantastic idea. But we
Pinterest,
have until like the 15th to have good shipping.
Like, already on them. Like I literally just grabbed from Pinterest. I didn't even do anything.
That's awesome.
I didn't have time. I was doing the 8 days of Christmas times 65.
Jeez. Yeah, no, I think that's a fantastic idea. And I know Ashley and I will be creating the group for you guys too. But we just want to create something where you guys can run with each other. I think momentum is huge. Ashley and I have been running together. And when you have pacing partners, even if they're not on the same team, you have motivators. You have people that are in the same area of their businesses and they understand what you're going through. Like you're going to have days where you're going, holy crap, why am I do this? And you're going to have days like, oh my God, I'm freaking like a superhero. Like it's going to happen. But when you have those people that are supporting you, like me and Ashley, like we push each other hard. I love it.
For sure.
And I think that, we as leaders, we see how it works for us and we want to give that to you guys too. So I hope you utilize this. And I hope that you guys really talk to each other and you dive into this, because this is an amazing opportunity, because you guys have some hustlers that are all being put into one chat. So use